Hi, beautiful Capricorn. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Capricorn, this is your love reading. And although it's not your typical boy meets girl or whatever sexual preference you have, it's more like your love journey. Where are you on your vibration journey to love, if that makes sense? So let's see what's going on for you. If that then results in a romantic partnership or in a soul tribe friend or in a like whatever's going on, that's going to be like a consequence of your love vibration, if that makes sense. So I've been trying to find like a way where I can focus more on love without it being your typical when you're going to meet this person. I think it's a little bit outdated, if you know what I mean. I'm not saying it's anything wrong with relationships. Relationships is like what we're here for, but in the typical romantic setting. So Capricorn love. So look at this as towards the end of April until towards the end of May of 2022. We're going to start with 3 initial cards here and then just go deeper and deeper into the energy. The first one out is Take the Lead, number 3. And if you feel like you resonate with this reading, there's going to be an extension and you're so welcome there. Second card out, Capricorn, please, for love. Sadness and isolation. Number 3 again. So that's celebration, manifestation, creativity. Number 3, numerology wise there. And a third card out for Capricorn, please. And manifest love. So you're on your way there, number 1. Beautiful. And then we're just going to clarify, going deeper into these. So take the lead, which is very much like being in charge of the energy, being in charge of your own destination, if that makes sense. Can we just clarify this a little bit here for Capricorn? And I do apologize if you are sort of following me in my weekly updates. You probably thought you were going to get your reading maybe like on Friday or Saturday or something. But I've been celebrating my little boy who turned 4 years old. So the readings had to wait because the priority was his birthday. So we have 5 of Michael and then we have Peace. So there's something at like looking at yourself and stop sweeping things under the rug. So this is probably because we have the Peace card here, which is like releasing the past, letting go of the past, letting go of anything that you feel resentment towards, bitterness towards, regret, anything like that, like to just let it go and take charge of this new beautiful energy. And this 5 of Michael is about overcoming. 5 is overcoming obstacles, overcoming hurdles, and then just sort of welcome this change. And 13 is change. That's transformation. That's death leading to life. And so there's something about coming into this, taking charge of this new energy by allowing things to come up to the surface. To stop putting things under the rugs. To stop, like, it can be in an emotional side. Like your emotional body is what's showing you like how you're doing, and if you feel really sad or if you feel like it's not about putting that sadness underneath the rug, it's about feeling it and have that come up to the surface, if that makes sense, like to just sit through the emotions. And there's something about it, so perhaps you have started to do this more, like to not sort of shove things away or like trying to, you know, another thing with this learning to deal with your emotional body, which can be a really tough thing in the beginning, is to just not, I think we're taught with this whole new age thing and like think positive or whatever, like to turn the thought around. And so the minute that you have like a negative feeling or a negative, like an emotional reaction to something, like we're so taught right now, it's like so in fashion that we're supposed to like talk ourselves into a better position. But the emotional reaction is there to tell you something, and the emotional reaction, you don't sort of switch the emotion is not what we're switching around. The emotion is the indicator of where you're at vibrationally. Are you following the thread here? So this is not about talking yourself into a better place or like when I say stop sweeping things under the rug, but rather allowing emotions, allowing feelings to come up to the surface, allowing yourself to have certain thoughts, and not immediately wanting to sort of like turn them around for the better, but to just have that be like fuel or a catalyst for something, like a good like juice, like meat for improvement. And the way that you sort of balance things out is to rather just sit in those emotions, and that's where you will find this peace, where you get sort of a handle on things, get a handle on your energy, get a handle on your vibration. Does this make sense? This is what will take you closer to love, or closer to home, or closer to your own heart. So we don't need to sweep things or emotions or feelings under the rug anymore. You can just feel them, but it's not for you to sort of try to talk yourself into a better place. It's about you understanding where you're at vibrationally because of your emotional response to certain things, and then just sit with them and have them balance themselves out. That's the transformation for you that will lead to peace, and that will lead to you feeling in control, so that you're not sort of a reactionary vante för vinden. Like you're just not sort of this victim of reaction. Does that make sense? Like stuff happens, you're a victim of the reaction to whatever happened. This is when you're sort of in charge of the energy, and whatever's going on around you doesn't matter because you're in charge of the energy. And if there's an emotional reaction to something, you're not becoming a victim of it. Like you don't feel like you're a victim. Like a lot of people that are depressed feel like they're a victim under their depression, when the depression can be like such a fuel, and for you to come into like to take charge in your life. Hope you follow me so far. So we have sadness and isolation here. So there's definitely been when there's, it's interesting. So I already got into that feeling of like a little bit of depression there, like you feel maybe a little bit lonely, or like you are not coming out of it. Like there's nothing wrong with things happening in your life, with sort of things happening in your life. Where it goes wrong, and where it can sort of become really heavy, is when you take that situation and you lock yourself in because of it. Like you lock yourself into that emotion, or you lock yourself in, you even make a career out of it. and I'm not trying to like, but I actually am. I'm trying to give light to the situation. I'm trying to give humor to the situation. And as superficial as it might feel, to just sort of put a smile on your face when certain things happen, it forces the brain to sort of switch gear about this. Like you're telling your brain, whenever you react to something, and you're like, this is really hard. You're telling your brain that this is something we really should react to. This is something we should feel really horrible about, and we should make it chronic. We should keep thinking about it, and we should continue to just feel really negative about it. And then we make, like I said, a career out of it. Or you start this Facebook page and you just join groups with the same thing, or you start to Google whatever this is. And it's like, that was never the point. The point was for you to have something have something happen that turns into fuel of you becoming more clear of where you're going. And so you have a reaction, but you're not stuck under your reaction. You're in control. This actually turns into reading about how, like, learn your emotional body, learn to control your emotions, and understand your emotional body and what it tries to tell you. And whenever I hear the word chronic, like I do get a little bit of a, I do not whatsoever. And so I probably should stop saying that. I was going to say, like, I get a little bit of a allergic reaction, but there's powers in those words. So I probably should stop saying that, because there's a lot of people that makes something chronic, and the doctors are really good at calling something chronic. Like you have chronic depression. What on earth is that? That is not even a thing. Can you make it into a thing? Can you hold yourself in prison to that thing because you keep repeating it and keep creating it? Absolutely, 100% yes. Do you have to be under the spell of your own depression? Absolutely 100% no. So this is about like, look at this. Like, okay, so we take this moment and we suck it in. Like we fully engage in it for like 2 minutes. And then you use it as fuel, and it's like your freaking catalyst position to get into exactly whatever it is that you want. And usually it's like for you to become something or for you to become someone rather than having something. I don't know if this message here is very cryptic today, or if you follow me, please comment in the comment section. if you like this message here today, like if it's too vague, or is it like do you understand exactly what I'm saying? Because it's really good when I can keep it this general, because there's a lot of people understanding. If I get too detailed, there's a lot of people thinking that's not my story. But when we can sort of be in the energy of this, and I don't have to pinpoint something with words, and I can keep it quite general, it hits home with more people. And so they too can understand that this is my story. Does this make sense? It's a third number 3 on the table. So there's something that is done here. You are now, okay, I just want to say that this is what you're stepping into. Because of this depression, because of you might even have been in a chronic situation. It's not bad to be in a chronic situation. Because that understanding of, like, I would say that in my early teens, and maybe even in my late teens, I felt really, really invisible. Like I was like borderlining not existing. And why is it beneficial to feel almost non-existing? Why is it beneficial to feel almost invisible? Because the opposite of that is that I completely exist. I understand my existence. I even understand the purpose of my existence. The opposite of that is complete visibility. Complete, complete showing up in 100% of whatever you are. But you don't really ask for that until you're like on the complete opposite end of that. Does that make sense? And so, unless you've been in a chronic situation, you don't ask for being present in every moment. A person who's been in a chronic position is more likely to learn how to live in the present moment, moment by moment by moment. I'm new. I'm not chronically stuck in one position. But the person who's been chronically depressed is more likely to have asked for how it is to be happy in every now new moment. Does that make sense? So it's not necessarily bad. It's just an understanding then that comes with wisdom and understanding and knowledge that, like, okay, chronic, I was only supposed to feel chronic in something to understand the present moment. Then it becomes fuel. Then it becomes like a learning curve, and it's like really gorgeous. But if you're a prisoner or like a victim under your chronicness, and you continue to just react to your own prison, and you sort of never get out of it, that's hell. That is a horrible place to be in. And I just want to show you here that, like, you don't have to be there, and you're probably not, because you've now come into this magician place. You've come to this understanding because you've been there, and you're manifesting love. Like, this is a love heart. We're coming into the love vibration here. So can we just clarify the sadness and isolation a little bit, please? Yeah. My goodness, the number 3. Is there anything else? Yeah, completion. So we have transformation, death leading to life with the number 3. We have take the lead with the number 3. And we have 3 of Michael that just came out. And then we have 3 in the sadness and the isolation. So we now have 4 number 3 coming out. So you might have started to see the number 3 everywhere, or the sequence of the number 3, like in some type of like a 33 or 333, or just a 3 that just follows you, or it can be like 303, or it can be 13, like 133. It can be a sequence, but where the 3 is really playing a huge, like the 3 is really prominent. And the 3 is celebration, manifestation, creativity, and it's also a master number. The master number 33 is all about, this is like, it's done. It's a done deal. And whatever you're trying to accomplish here, or whatever you tried to sort of get away from, is now like a finished, it's in your face, it's materialized, it's manifested. It's like, it's a done deal. It's no longer in wish mode, or like, I wish this will happen, or I wish this will end. Whatever you wish for has now come to like a completion, conclusion, result, manifestation, like did. And it just shows. So I love how it comes out that we have like, perhaps like suppressing, is that what it's called? Like when you, is that suppress? Like you push the feelings down or emotions down, like you don't allow yourself to feel completely who you are, or even allow yourself to be the sparkling light that you are. Maybe you've been trying to be more quiet than your voice really is, or trying to be more like smaller than your body really is, or trying to sort of almost hold in, that's almost not possible, but like hold in your soul's energy field to just make yourself feel smaller. Maybe not have so many opinions about things, or like whatever. You're trying to make yourself feel smaller. Look at this. This is like trying to sweep things under the rug. But this has been like, this is depression. It's depress. You're suppressing your emotion. You're becoming depressed. It's like you're pushing yourself down. But I love at the same time that we have so many number 3, because it's showing us that yes, it has been tough, and we're going through this transformation. We've had sadness and isolation, suppressing our feelings, emotions, and borderline depression, like chronic depression here. Holding yourself in a pattern of, you might not even recognize it as depression anymore. If you ask Capricorn, like, are you depressed? You probably would say that you're not, because you're chronic. And when something's chronic, it sort of becomes invisible. You're so used to it. You're so used to it that it's like I'm gonna compare it to my mother, who has had a headache. She basically has had a headache since she was like 22 years old, and she's now like almost 70. So almost on the day of 22 years old, if you were to ask her, like, do you have some sort of physical ailment? She would say no. And then when you sort of dig a little bit deeper, she was like, well, oh, you mean the headache? Well, the headache I have every day. Like, that's the thing that I just have every day. That's not normal. Well, it's normal, but it's not natural. So when something becomes chronic, it's just something that's always there, and you learn to live with it. Because it's chronic doesn't mean that it's right. And because it's always there doesn't mean that it should be. It just is something that has become so the norm, or so usual to you, that you don't even now would consider it to be like bad, or something that we really would work on to get rid of. Right? So I love that we have so many number 3s here, because there's something here that you're releasing yourself here. You're coming to the end of this. It really has been tough, but it's over and over again talking about like releasing the past, getting past the past, and like having this transformation and it being done. Even clarifying like with the 10 that there's a completion here. And this is a romantic picture, like a romantic, I don't think that you're romanticizing. You're not romanticizing your past. If anything, you're not. But you might be romanticizing the future. And I just want to tell you that yeah, you can romanticize the future. It's just that whatever you're thinking about you're going to come into is going to be so much better than you can ever imagine, because of the length of the chronic whatever it is, the chronic depression, the chronic illness. Sometimes this chronic vibration has not just stayed on an emotional level, it has actually physically manifested in your body. And you might even consider it to be like, you might just say that, oh, it's just a thing that I've had in my stomach for like forever. It's just a thing that happened to me. It doesn't really just happen to me. This is my belief, or even my knowing, that something just doesn't happen to you. It's result, is the physical result is only always there because of the vibrational stance, the vibrational, the chronic vibration that you carry underneath. And so now if there's like a chronic thing, a chronic rash, a chronic eczema, a chronic back pain, chronic headache, chronic something in your stomach, like whatever that is that it has turned into, that is just sort of a highlighted chronic vibration. And when you've been in that for quite some time, even if it's like 1 or 2 years, if it's like 20 years, when you then come to the other side of that, oh my sweet Lord, the releasing of that resistance is going to sort of almost make you fly. It's like I can just feel the breathing out of this, the releasing of the chronic tension that probably has hindered you, like it feels like it probably has hindered you physically to do a lot of things. Perhaps eat a lot of things. Okay, just clarification of the manifest there. There's a lot of Michael here. A lot of Michael. So we have, that's the fourth, we have 4, number 3, and we have the 4th Michael coming out. So Michael is really, really, really present in your life right now. Michael for me is sort of someone that comes in when you need a little bit of a wake-up call, or when you need a little action, like a different outcome. Michael usually is there in a 22 form, which is like when we take this old chronic thing and we're turning it into a different vibration. Like Michael is there with you. So you probably feel Michael really strongly in your life. You might not identify this energy as a Michael. Some of you guys might be doing that, but there's just a strong Michael sense around you right now. So we have 7 of Michael there first. 7 is also completion. It's time, freaking time. Like if you compare it to, if I were to feel like really, really invisible for a long, long time, it's freaking time to feel visible. It's time to feel like your voice is heard, or you're like whatever. If you've been in chronic pain or chronic depression or chronic resistance, it's time for you to feel the freedom. The opposite end of that, it's time. And so Michael here is showing you a new path. There's nothing more to gain from this old path, from this chronic thing. You're being shown a new path. You're being inspired to release, to let go and let God, and release the resistance. Even having the thought that the chronic thing that you're in might not have to continue. Just to have that thought for yourself. This thing that I have in my body, this emotional thing that I have, it might not even have to continue. You don't need to know how it should end, or how that should change, or what would happen, how that would even come about. You just need to have the thought, what if it wasn't here forever? And your energy field like gets on it straight away to try to find a solution for it. You're being shown a new path, and you're being given a glimpse, and you're also showing yourself that you're taking the lead of the vibration right now. You're taking the lead of the energy right now. There's so much like strength and power here. You're becoming like a really, really strong powerhouse, and understanding that you are the magician of your own life. Like you're the one who's going to put yourself in this love vibration. If anyone, like no one else is going to do it. you're going to do it, and you're well on your way with both the king there, which is the highest possible energy around a person, and then the number one, which is like a brand new beginning, new energy coming in. I'm going to take this into the extension and see what else I can find there for you. So if you feel like this is your reading, you resonate with it, you understand it, you're so welcome there. 2 links to that in the description box. Read about it and see whatever fits you better. If not, thank you so much for watching, Capricorn. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. It really helps the channel. Give it even a thumbs up. If you feel like you enjoy these videos and if you resonate with them, it really helps me if you put a little thumbs up, so that I know that whatever I'm putting out here actually is a good thing, so that, you know, it's something that I should continue to do. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys.